I'm constantly reinvesting the money that I'm earning to make a better stream and make it more pleasant for you guys. So this is the SM7B. It's the microphone that I use right now. The new camera that I've got going on here is the Sony A7C. That's plugged in with a charger. Over here is the Logitech. Just in case if this goes out, I got this one as well. I've got my main screen here. You know, you gotta hit the curve right there. And we've got the secondary monitor just for anything else, like if I'm bouncing back and forth. And you gotta know what the deal is. We got the light here to make myself look pretty, and then the Rodecaster soundboard. We're operating off a Mac Mini with a hard drive, and then back in the back there, that's where all the hub magic happens. I've got 2 new Pebble speakers. I've got my iPad when I use my drawings and all that kind of stuff, and the earmuffs. What are these called? The in-ears. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll start this stream, well, right now. What's going on, cowboys? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you back. My name is Aaron, and today we are talking all things CNFT. I'm talking Cardano. A lot of things have been concerning me lately, but I'm ready to get into it with you guys right now and our live stream guests. So let's bring them right on. This man is Bitcoin rich. Got his hands in a lot of places like a starfish. He's swimming supersonic, his moves are hypnotic, and he's trying to get to 1 Bitcoin. That's his only wish. He is the one, the only, the crypto warden himself. Ethan, welcome to the channel. Ooh, Ethan, we can't hear you, buddy. We can't hear you, buddy.
That's my bad, guys. I was muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, great news. So you guys know how I'm feeling every single Tuesday when we come on the stream. It's CNFT Tuesday for a reason, baby. I got the Islanders jersey on. Hockey playoffs started this week. So if you guys are hockey fans, let us know. But I'm super excited because you guys know it's another great day outside. It's CNFT Tuesday. Let's go, baby.
CNFT Tuesday. That's right. Thanks for showing up. And big up to everyone in the chat. Hugs Not Rugs, Brad, Infinite Crypto. I'm glad I talked to you, actually. That's so cool. I spoke with him, you know, over the phone today, and we're looking at some new projects and stuff like that. So that's encouraging. Crypto Nat, and Paul Chavez. What's going on, you guys? I think there's a lot of information out there that I'd want to bring to light here. I don't know if I'm the first to bring this to light, but I wanted to bring someone who is a complete Cardano bull, because I have some critical questions, criticisms for Cardano. And we were just talking before the stream here. And so I want to bring him on. I think the conversation was getting really good. And I think it's important for the future of Cardano and CNFTs. So of course, we have to bring him on proper. This man is a Cardano bull. Okay. His bags are always keeping them full. Getting big like yeast with a kid called Beast, always tearing it up like steel wool. He is the one, the only, Freedom 35's own Tommy, TOMMY. Welcome to the channel.
What's going on, guys? How you doing? CNFT Tuesdays. It's been a much needed return over here. It's been a few weeks since I've got a chance to see you guys go live, and happy to be back on the show. Market's changed quite a bit since the last time we talked.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I've been for myself personally, I've been working a lot more. It's Easter, so it became like busy season for me. But certainly the market's changed. First of all, let's talk about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's the tide that rises all boats, Cardano being one of those. Bitcoin rose to about 30,000, and in turn, Cardano rose along with it. What kind of projects are you guys looking into right now? Are you guys excited about where Cardano's going? I know Cardano's rose a little bit, I think at a faster pace than Bitcoin, actually. How are you guys seeing the markets today, and where Cardano and the projects are in the future?
I mean, for me, it's nice to see. It's always nice to see a little pump, right, in ADA. And at the same time, you look at it and it's like, a lot of my ADA is actually locked up in these little pictures. So there adds a layer to that. So it's always good for me personally, I've kind of started to sell off the majority of the holdings that I've had for these last few years, or stuff I'm just not interested in. So getting a little bit more liquid in the ADA aspect of it. So it's nice to see the wallet value go up. And then from the NFT standpoint, I think not only just the Cardano industry, but the majority of NFT markets right now are seeing red. And that's just for, part of this cycle. And I think this is the first like true bear cycle where we're really starting to feel it. And it's putting that pressure on people who may have not been here from the past, or if this is their first time experiencing that, they're really, getting that opportunity to feel what it means to be in the bear. So you're seeing a lot of people selling off for cheap. They're accepting collection offers below mint price. And some people are minting and selling for below mint right away because they didn't hit that little jackpot or that one of one. So it's been an interesting time, and we've talked about it last night over on our stream about the bear market, where we're at in Cardano. But as far as the tech and as far as the projects that are building that I'm invested in, I still am still bullish in the long term. And we did a nice Twitter space that had over 300 and something people on Sunday, all from the Cardano community that showed up, and that really kind of still represented that people are still here, we're still building, but it is tough right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at the what's it called, the top collections here, and it seems like the floors are just kind of crashing down here, especially on chilled kongs. I'm seeing goofy gophers, mallard orders, they kind of there, but yeah, I'm not seeing the typical, I know Clay Nation's floor has actually crashed now too. Not crashed, that's too strong of a word, but I see it dropping. Ethan,
Right.
do you have any projects that you're liking right now on Cardano? Otherwise, I want to get to exactly what I want to get to today.
Just general wise, just kind of like everything that we've kind of talked about in the past. Goofy Gophers was a big one that minted probably coming up on a month now. I actually sold one this morning for 750 ADA, so I minted it for about 360 something, if I'm correct. I don't remember off the top of my head, but a nice little 300 or 400 ADA, gain. So not worried about it at all, but
So I'm
super excited.
I don't mind Goofy Gophers. I like them when I talked to them on the channel. That was all good. But let me ask you guys something. Why are you guys selling right now? Isn't this the worst time to sell?
So
The market's crashing.
Depends what you're looking to sell.
Mhm.
The stuff that I've been offloading is either stuff that I'm not involved with. I don't see making it through this rally, and potentially just reclaiming whatever liquidity that I can out of it, because I don't think that they're going to be able to survive more of these months ahead. Or I may see that my value for that is going to take an even bigger hit. And I want to recoup some of that, because otherwise I'm going to be left with hundreds of these things just sitting at the wall of like, hey, yeah, I could have sold for a little bit of a gain, but or even if it was a loss, at least I would have had a little bit more ADA in my pocket, but I chose to hold and see it through, and then nothing ever came of it. I think that stings a little bit more versus selling for a loss right now, potentially, or just being up if I minted it and didn't get the return that I wanted, but at least I had the ADA back in my wallet. So that's part of and the stuff that I haven't, and then I've actually been buying though too. I've been accumulating slowly, kind of almost like a DCA of some of the what I consider projects that are my blue chips that will make it through, in my mind, through these next few months.
What are you for? Yummy, right? Like what are your blue chips?
I actually just bought a Space Buds, so believe it or not, for under 3K. Which is a crazy move right there, but I can explain a little bit why, in regard to why I think that is a move right now, or an entry point that I feel comfortable with, and that is mainly for the founder. Like we've talked about this a long time ago when it came down to the artwork thing. The new artwork's out. You can do that. You can swap back and forth, right? But he put out a nice thread about what the project is in his mind, or what he envisions it, and how he likes to separate him, the founder, and the team away from what the project. They don't artificially hype you up. They don't artificially build up a coin or a token to inflate the price up temporarily. He says, this is an artwork collection. This is a technological collection, and that anything that I do, because he's a developer, he developed the Nami wallet, the founder of that project. He goes, if I want to make something revolutionary with that wallet and I can charge fees for it, well, SpaceBuds owners potentially cannot get any fees to that because they have access to that feature that I've built through that. He goes, that's a real world utility, and it helps the Cardano blockchain because we're moving that forward. He goes, that's what I've always envisioned it to be, and that's a way I can provide value to it. And in a sense, it's still a collectible, and it's still about being that first one out there. And to me, that kind of resonated a little bit with the fact that you see a lot of these projects now. We got a coin, we got staking, we got airdrops, we're going to ordinals. It's just like the next thing to get you all amped up, that hopefully the price goes up, so eventually you can sell and make your money. And to me, I'm like, this is a historical CNFT still, and I've always wanted. It was always at one point the holy grail. So I always wanted to get into it, and I found a good entry point, and I'm comfortable holding on to that because I don't think it may see a little bit more red. I think in the long term, as long as I feel that Cardano does what I think it's going to do in the long run, I think Space Buds is still, in my mind, a good purchase for me at this moment.
You know, the way you broke that down, I actually agree with that. I can respect that logic. Like I see all these other projects like trying to distract you with the new shiny thing to pump the price action and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
I think that's about right. That there is something to say about they've gone through all of this like crap, this FUD, and they're still there, and their floor is still pretty high. They're not going anywhere. I think so. That is something to be said. So yeah, that's a good insight there. Now, Warden, tell me about your journey into ordinals. Tell me what your bag looks like in ordinals, and kind of bear all here, especially with Adanauts, because I've got a bone to pick with you and Adanauts here.
So we'll start right from the top here. So probably about a month and a half ago now, I had taken an Adanaut from the Cardano blockchain, and I had Bourbon had put out a little something basically about how we'd be able to transfer some of them over to the Bitcoin blockchain on ordinals. And I was like, okay. I mean, I have 25 of them, so I was like, all right, let's see what's going on with this one. So I took it and I had minted it over there, and I was just like, I just left it. Like I didn't really do much about it. I didn't really know much about it, but I trusted Bourbon and everything that he was doing. So I was like, what the heck, might as well. So I put it over there, and it was just sitting there for probably about a couple weeks. And then Bourbon hit me up a couple weeks later where we were talking a little bit, and then he had told me that I had a Pixel Pepe in there. I was like, I don't know what the heck a Pixel Pepe is. And he was like, bro, you got to look at these. And I was like, yo, they're selling for 0.2 at the time. One had sold for 0.5 as well. I had a crown on its head. And I was like, wow, this is a fifth of a Bitcoin for a picture of a frog? That's kind of crazy. And so I've been holding it pretty much, let's see, ever since then so far. And I've gotten a bunch of different airdrops in my wallet. I got Clay Nation egg, or not Clay Nation, excuse me. Another egg by Bourbon just a couple weeks ago as well. And I've just been holding all of it. And so I actually listed my Pixel Pepe today for a tenth of a Bitcoin, so 0.1. And so if that sells, that's
Pixel PP.
Yeah, exactly. One of these days. So if that sells.
Wait, so how much is that egg worth?
The egg is worth a couple of them sold, I think, either today or yesterday, and they sold for around $600 or 0.02 ish of a Bitcoin. So,
okay. So here's my problem, Tommy and Ethan. This is kind of what I'm seeing here.
Okay.
I'm seeing here two different divergent stories of NFTs. One, Spacebud. We are Cardano. We're the historical thing. We don't need ordinals. And two, these other projects, these creators going ordinals, going where the people are and the money are. And I'll pull up the data here. But essentially, I see I see floors coming down. As you said yourself, a lot of these projects are not going to make it through this next bull run. Forget years down the line. We're talking about like months down the line, right? Or sorry, bear market, and then everyone's, especially the creators, like Bourbon, moving over to ordinals, and I'll probably have them on myself, and I have no problem asking them these kind of questions. But where do you guys see the future of Cardano if this trend continues? And then you have all the macro stuff, right? Like ordinals is catching up into like a lot of the hype. It's stealing a lot of the flavor, and everyone's trying to cross chain into Ethereum. A kid called Beast, you yourself is on, and that's liquidity that could be used in Cardano. Now it's spent in Ethereum. Where do you guys see the future of Cardano, especially with the competing ordinals in Ethereum?
Actually, funny you mentioned a kid called Beast, because I actually sold all mine, and a lot of that money went back into ADA. Actually,
no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that to me was my DJ play of, I loved what was going on in the beginning. It was a fun community. It was my entry point, my first big win, and I made that and took my profits when I needed to. I think most of mine sold like the average anywhere from like 1.5 to like 2 ETH. So I made a good little chunk of change off that. So took those profits, and some of that I rolled back to pay off some of the honeymoon stuff, just because I was going through some stuff with life. That was nice to be able to just take a win and celebrate a win from the NFT game. And then the other part of it went back to the Cardano blockchain. reinvested a lot in old money on their new mint going on right now, and reinvested into a bunch of different projects that I have already been in that I was looking forward to. So that was money
Which of
over
those
there.
bills are awesome.
Yeah,
Those bills
those
look
are fun. It's a
awesome.
fun experience, right? So that was my story, at least with from the east side of things. But it was a good learning lesson too. And then you said for why? I guess what was the second part of that question? What was it? Ordinals? You said?
Yeah. So like,
With the
how
creators
do you?
leaving.
Yeah, the creators leaving. How do you rectify that as far as the future of Cardano, especially in the next few months?
I mean, so a lot of people. There's been a lot of different takes and debates on this. I think it goes both ways. Like it sucks. It sucks to see creators sometimes leave. But at the same time, there's others that are able to do both. That they always have their core in Cardano because they believe in the technology and the longevity of Cardano and what it offers. And there's others that have completely just been like, yeah, no, we're just going where the money is, and that's that. And to each their own. I think everybody's different motivations for things in life, and I don't know their situation, so I can't judge in that aspect. But in my mind, the good projects that are still here that are continuing to build will continue to do that, and the ones that go out and branch out to other blockchains, that's completely fine. I just think that the motivation to do it, in my mind, is that if you can build and there's an opportunity for you and you're a business and you're an NFT company and that's where you can go to see yourself thrive, I will never knock you for doing it. Right? That's your hustle, right? And you can't blame anybody for doing that because I don't rely on an NFT project to support me. But if it was the other way around, sure, you can never knock somebody to do that. On the other side, just because of like, oh, I'm holding on to this and then I swear one day it'll be there and I'm just drowning in red right now, that doesn't make logical sense to me. So I can never knock somebody for doing that. And then there's the special ones that can do both, where they provide enough value. And I look at like something like the Mallet Order, which got me into Ordinals, where they were able to do a free airdrop for their holders, and you would stake with the coin that you staked already that you were getting on Cardano. You were able to enter a raffle to get this airdropped item that provided people anywhere upwards from 1,200 to 1,500 USD worth of Cardano that they could have sold and been and done with that, or they could have burned to get into an ordinal. And even the ordinals collection, those things have sold for anywhere from 0.02 up to like 0.1 Bitcoin right now. So they provided value on both chains. So, and then same thing with, I know we will talk about it with Bourbon here, where right now it seems that one of the sides is doing very well right now for him on ordinal side and the money side. So it just depends, I think, who the project was, what they were doing, and how their business model fits for which blockchain they want to be on. But in my mind, I'm not judging anybody. I think the people who are going to be on Cardano are going to be here to stay, and it'll prove that.
Yeah, I think those ADA knots are like 25 floor
25,
or something
yeah.
like that. Here's why I want to bring.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I want to bring this up here. Look, this is from Masari here. All right, and if everyone's watching here, I want you guys to pay attention to this particular thing. I'm going to bring this in close here. So let's see here. Okay, there we go. So here we have Bitcoin at the top at number 1,
Mm-hmm.
and we have Ethereum number 2. Okay, XRP 5 and 6 is Cardano. If we move it all the way down, we see active addresses, and this is important right here because let's see. This is what my whole big problem is. Okay, active address for Bitcoin is 800,000, 840,000.
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum's 560,000. And then we go down to Cardano with its 50,000. This is literally a tenth, less than a tenth of what Ethereum has, less than a tenth of what Ethereum has, less than almost about a fifth of what Bitcoin has. And not a fifth, sorry, 5%. It's 5%, almost 5% of what Bitcoin has. Using rounding functions. If it was like a million, so this is where I have like a little bit of a problem here. This active addresses, which I'm not sure how they quantify active. Right? Is it active in the last a wallet active in the last month, last year? I would think it's the last year.
Mm-hmm.
That to me would be active because I haven't moved anything in my wallet in the last month probably. Since the Goofy Gophers mint, but I would still say this is an active wallet. Yeah, like what do these numbers mean to you? Do these mean anything? Or maybe not to you. Like what can we interpret from user base of Bitcoin to Cardano. I'm not saying all of that's ordinals, not by any means. I'm not saying that, but I'm more concentrated on the user base of Cardano. Why is it so freaking low? And then we see Tron here at 2 million, right? No, I bet you no one watching has Tron in their wallets. So I do. I have Tron. I have a. Well, I'm not gonna say how much Bitcoin I have on Tron, but I have Tron. And then like like some of these things, XLM is huge. I mean, this is surprising to me. So what do these numbers say to you guys?
To me, I mean that data, it's very, it's subjective, I guess, to say the least, because like you said, you don't know the parameters, the variables, the outliers. Why is Tron as high as it is compared to you're telling me Tron? Can you move that a little? Yeah, you're telling me Tron has more active wallets than Bitcoin. Like I said, the metric right there is a little off. And so when I look at something like that, and then I look at the active addresses over on Cardano, at least if you're comparing the top and the bottom, I mean, you look at Cardano overall as far as the volume and market cap compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you look at how small it is in that regard. And that logically makes sense to me of why it would be so much smaller. And then you take into the fact of the other part of that of like, okay, if it is that much smaller, and it's still it's in the top 7 right now, right? Of cryptocurrencies, Cardano. Sits
Cardano
behind
6, yeah.
Yeah, so it's behind XRP, and then you've got 2 BNB stable coins, and then ETH and Bitcoin. In my mind, that shows that there's a ton of potential for growth too, at the same time. So that if Cardano starts to pick back up, a lot of their DApps and things, and they're calling Cardano has everybody's waiting for DeFi summer, because a lot of the stuff is starting to get online here, for Cardano. It's just we
Like
just
the new
got
hot
Jed.
girl summer.
You got DeFi summer coming up again, and you've got Jed online, you've got the Indigo protocol. There's so much stuff. There's Milkomita, there's Meld, there's all this stuff on the DeFi side that hasn't even lit up yet on Cardano. So I think a lot of that, and then as different EVMs and different things get developed and interoperability starts to become a thing for Cardano. We just saw recently, 2 weeks ago, that Cardano is now supported by Exodus Wallet. And Exodus Wallet is another a Chrome extension, sort of like MetaMask and things, that is very popular. It's on your phone, and it's now starting to get support for NFT marketplaces too that are starting to accept Exodus. So the more that you can get that stuff into the tools of the everyday person's hands, I think that's going to increase your user base. It's going to make people a lot more easy. They're going to be more easily accessible to some of these bigger marketplaces. And think about it. Why is Polygon NFTs? Why do they rip so hard? Is because the fact that they're on MetaMask, you can swap. They're over on OpenSea. They're on Magic Eden. It's so easy for people who already are big NFT degens that are already operating on the Ethereum side. All they have to do is change the mainnet and load up some stuff, and they can interact with a lot of the stuff that they already know and love. So that when Cardano can be able to do things like that, I think you're going to be able to onboard a whole new mass of people. So when I look at that, that is more of a room for growth for me, because it's not like Cardano is just some shit coin that's sitting down there like hundreds of things below. Like, this is a top coin right now. And I think a lot of people are watching it and just waiting for a lot of their stuff to come online.
Yeah. Ethan, what do you think about active user base, or active addresses regards to this?
I just think it's a little more interesting, kind of as how Tommy was talking about, just with the data wise. Just I'd like to do a little more research on it, just because this is a singular website, and obviously the numbers may still be off, but I believe it's still obviously in the general ballpark range. I think it also shows a little bit more why the creators are looking to move towards Bitcoin, at least some of them, because there's just a lot more upside on Bitcoin. And obviously, at the end of the day, excuse me, Bitcoin is always king. It will always be king. So if you have a chance to move on to Bitcoin, where you can have all these big cash players, all these big whales, I mean, I would take the opportunity to.
So, Tommy, are you looking to see Cardano overtake Ethereum one day? Is that the hope? Is that the prediction here?
I mean, there's Ethereum is the layer, that the second generation of crypto, right? Is where the dApps thrived on. It is the first mover in regard to so many things. And the only reason that ordinals are taken off the way that they did and Ethereum NFTs took off the way they did is because it wasn't on Bitcoin. So now that you see ordinals being able to actually accept NFTs, and people have found a way to utilize that technology, why do you think the boom is so high right now? because people always wanted to operate there. Bitcoin was the safest currency. It is all on chain. There's no risk for these wallet draining hacks that you can suffer from some of these smart contracts. And there's technical bugs when it still comes to Ethereum. So I think that the safe side of Cardano, there's a safer side to Cardano, and that UTXO model is proven to be a superior, in a lot of people's eyes, a superior model to Ethereum, an evolution of it, if you will. So I think a lot of people are, in my mind, I think that Cardano could, I don't know if it ever will. Maybe we're talking years and years down the line. I don't think it'll happen anytime in the next like 5-10 years. But maybe it depends. It could be a big shakeup. Ethereum could do something that completely just gets left in the dust and people could disappear in a heartbeat, or a new cryptocurrency could come out that blows our mind. And we're not even talking about these anymore. There's so much room for growth right now. And we're still in that infancy stage. When you look at it like the World Wide Web, right? In like early 2000, Yahoo was king. AOL was king back then. And now we don't even talk about, those are like ancient relics to us. When you look at it and you think about Google and what they're doing right now. And it's just like, all it takes is for somebody who's going to be that next Google, who's going to be that blockchain that just comes and blows our mind. So I think the floor is wide open for people, but I'll never say never that Cardano couldn't flip that.
Yeah, I think that's a good metaphor. Thank you for that one. That one enlightened me a little bit. Really quick, big ups to the chat, Shooter, Jay, Curly Knox. Guys, there's a lot of good knowledge here, better than me. Okay, guys, be sure to follow Warden on Twitter and TOMMY on Twitter, and they got a YouTube channel as well. Also up in the chat, Infinite Crypto, Brad Varnell. He does a lot of altcoin gems, not particularly Cardano, but if you guys are interested in the rest of the crypto market, be sure to check out him as well. And I'm sure there's a lot, check each other out and subscribe and stuff. Here's my problem, and problem or not, it's such a disparity, right? It's under 50,000 wallets here we're talking about. This is not like even close, and then I want to know about, okay, what's the kind of money that they hold? And let me just take the assumption that it's very little. And so with very little, the bear market is going to crush a lot of these other projects, these creators, and rightfully so. They should move to where the money is if they're going to try to survive. They need to move to where the people are. They need to move where the hype is. Now, I agree with you that Cardano is fantastic, but I don't know if I agree with you that everyone else sees that Cardano is fantastic. J Crypto Minus says Cardano is safe because they do even they has they like the app, the dApps and stuff like that. So I'm not too sure. Okay, so he also says there are many crypto wallets. I must have 30. Yeah, but some of these are active and stuff like that. That's even more case in point. If everyone has 30 wallets, of which I don't have 30, I have like 4. There's even less people on Cardano than we're actually thinking. So that proves my point even more, in my opinion. So I'm just a little concerned. If I were to think of like, what is my best move as a creator on Cardano? If I were to make a project, what would I do? Would I stick with Cardano and stick my guns and sell my business in a desert rural wasteland of Cardano, or would I go to the metropolitan area that is Bitcoin and Ethereum? That's just where I'm thinking right now. Yeah, Cardano's an empty highway. I'm beginning to think so.
Do you think though? I mean, so for me, if I was a brand new project or a founder or somebody looking to build an MT project right now, would Cardano be my number one first choice if I was trying to launch in a market right now? Probably not. And that's just the reality of the market. And that's knowing your audience, knowing where the business is, like you said, knowing where the money is. Statistically right now, it doesn't, there's one collection. I think we talked about 2 of them in the last couple months that are still holding above their mint price. One of them's her Monsters, and it's hanging on just barely above it. And then you've got Goofy Gophers, which they're doing well because of the actual IRL utility of buying crypto miners. They've used the mint funds to secure it. They've already acquired them, and your mining in the bear is actually more profitable than it is in the bull. So in that project, right, people are seeing that, hey, this is kind of like the inverse, that they have a safeguard against the hype and the utility because everything that they need to do is already done. So that's why I think a lot of people are still bought into that project. Outside of that, there's been most of these mints that are minting right now where you're constantly under the floor. And that's just the reality. So minting in this market right now on Cardano is tough, and I don't necessarily recommend. That wouldn't be my first choice to do it. But if you are already here, if you've been building, this is also your opportunity to, if you sold, especially like a Claymates or something like that. Like they were very smart about how they did it. They minted out in the bull, and they actually sold that Cardano. Then when Cardano was up, they actually sold a lot of that for USD or whatever their local currency was. They made a lot of money on that, and they used that to ride out this tough time. And they were smart business wise. So right now, there's a reason Clay is still one of the top projects right now, just because they not only are they business smart, but they got in early enough, and they're continuing to build through this market. So it's kind of put them at the pedestal of, hey, as long as they keep going on this path with the partnerships they got, this is a project to watch out for, and regardless of blockchain. So you've got the ones who have been here and that continue to build, and they've got a couple of years on people who are launching from right now, because a lot of times, a lot of these projects, they launch, they get their initial funding, and then it takes a while to build whatever the next phase or whatever part of the project that they're going to do, and that takes time. So these people have the opportunity to have the time so that when their stuff is fully fleshed out and built, the bull is back and things are doing well. And they can showcase those products where the guys who are struggling to even make money to start out, they may not even survive through this next year and a half before that time. They can even realize this, that fun time.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm thinking about like what you're saying here. Like they're gonna show out and they're gonna showcase their product when the bull market comes. And I got a bit of, I guess, like let me be antagonistic towards that, because I think that the best businesses out there show out during the bear. You know what I'm saying? I think during when times are hard, the best businesses will be, flexing and will be showing out, and it's like this is a good time for those businesses. Like the real entrepreneurs will show them, they can make money in the bear markets. And so like, because anyone can make money in a bull market. So I'm just curious, like, where do you think you are, Tommy? Like, are you staying in Cardano and you're just investing in, I guess, what would you be investing? Ape Society or Old Money, or are you going to like ordinals and are you investing there?
Personally, yeah, I do agree. Just to bring that back, our segment literally was build in the bear. That is, if you are, it's also, there's two sides to that, right? You can also launch a project right now if you have a good base. The pressure is off of you at the moment. Nobody's expecting you to 2x, 3x, 100x your mint right now. So if you do well and can survive in this time, absolutely, I think that also will bring some resilience and gives a person an opportunity to be able to build in the bear. No argument against that at all. I'm just saying the ones who have been here for a while, they've also got an advantage in this timeline. But there is room for people to go ahead and actually do really well in this market too, if they can survive through these conditions with a good product. And then outside of that, no, dude, it's part of the blockchain is cross chain. There will always be better blockchains that do certain things better than others. And not to say Cardano is the end all be all. There will always be stuff that you will need to interact with other things. And I think interoperability is a huge word that people throw out there. And it's good to know how to use other blockchains outside of the one that you're always on. So I've got multiple Ordinal wallets. I've got multiple MetaMask, and I've got a Polygon wallet. If there's a hyped up mint on another chain that I hear about through some of these groups, I go out and mint, even if I have no long-term plan to be there. If there's a money-making opportunity, I'll take it. And just like you saw with a kid called Beast, am I a ETH maxi? No, but am I money? Did I like getting some money? For sure. And I had a good time while I did it. And that was part of what I got into NFTs for, was to be able to find fun communities, have a good time, make some money, and have fun. And regardless of what blockchain that's on, I still will always be able to do that. And I've just found a home over in Cardano. And I think that's where I'll always reside in. But to say I will stay only here and mint here for the purpose of being a Cardano maxi, that's not the case, because I am on other blockchains all the time.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just curious on where you are. And because I would assume that a lot of people are like you, right? Like they don't, like me and Ethan are like that. We're Cardano fans, but we're not maxis. Or if anything, I aspire to be a Bitcoin maxi. I'm just too much of a degen to do that. However, I get distracted and I want to go on these other chains and I like these other projects, X, Y, Z, whatever. I just want to know where are we going from here, right? Is Cardano dropping, and or should we be buying Cardano? Should we be buying Bitcoin? Should we be buying NFTs? Before you guys answer that, I just want to let you guys know, be sure to subscribe to their channels. Ethan, the Twitter handles are down in the description down below. Tommy, and anyone in the chat, let's just, create the whole community and support each other here. But yeah, so where do you guys think is going from here? Are you guys going, is the market going down? And when I say market, I really mean crypto market, which is probably just Bitcoin anyway. So what do you guys think?
I think it's super important to do your own research because, I mean, as Tommy had talked about a little bit earlier, he has his projects that he believes in. I mean, you and I also, Aaron, we have our projects that we believe in, but we were even talking about it a little bit earlier today. I think it's going to be super important to see which projects fold in this point because, I mean, throughout the entire time that we've been in Cardano NFTs, we haven't seen a lot. I mean, the amount of red that we're seeing right now, we haven't experienced this. Maybe Tommy has in the past because he's been in it a lot longer than us. But I mean, what we're seeing right now, we're going to have some of these bigger projects. They're going to fold. Some will go away, and it's important to just do your research to find which ones that you personally believe in will make it through this hard time, no matter what.
What's your favorite one right now? Number one.
So I have two, only because I have two separate reasons.
Okay.
I'll explain why. So one, I got to stick with old money. I mean, it's always been a personal favorite of ours, and I mean, I hold both of my $22 bills still. I love everything they're doing. They're so mysterious, and you have to really be involved and just understand what's going on and just have a true sense of understanding with all of it, because it's not a project where you can just join in and instantly understand it all. You have to actually put the time in and put the research in to actually understand it. And then my other one, I know it's going to be a controversial one with what we've been talking about tonight, but I'm sticking with Clayforce, and here's why. Let me explain.
Really?
Let me explain. So we got everything that's going on with Bourbon right now, and Bourbon has done an amazing job with everything. I love all of his art. I love everything he's done. While it is hurting his project right now on Cardano, I think that if eventually it gets to the point where he mints out his own actual project on the Bitcoin blockchain, all the hype starts to build, everything starts to blow up. You're telling me that his original project on Cardano isn't going to blow up as well, especially with the amount of like the entry point, the difference in entry point. You're going to have up here with Bitcoin, you're going to have down here with Clayforce, and you're telling me people aren't going to want to spend 1,000 ADA. I'm just going to be naive right here. 1,000 ADA just to get a freaking. I'm still calling it ADA knot. I don't care. I'm calling it an ADA knot. I will call it an ADA knot. You're telling me someone's not going to want to buy an ADA knot, and I'm going to end up making money at the end of the day? Either way, I personally believe in Bourbon. I love what he does. I love what he's doing. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to hold. I'm going to be a diamond hands, because that's what we preach on this channel, diamond hands. We got to be strong. We got to be patient. And at the end of the day, I'm only 19 years old, so I got to take some type of chance.
Look, Curly Knox said this is interesting. Cardano does have a history of reaching all-time high each bulls. Not many chains can manage that. Yeah, that's fine, right? I mean, Cardano does have that history. We have a diamond-handed holder here, big believer in Cardano, which is great. I mean, I'm a big believer in Cardano as well. Tommy, what about yourself?
Yeah, I think the project. I mean, just if you scroll down like a couple tabs there, you can kind of get the mentality of Clayforce. Just go a little bit. You'll see the Trojan horse there in a second, maybe a couple more down. Yeah, right there. If that kind of explains, I think, Ethan's logic right there of, hey, he's infiltrated ordinals. The Clay Pepes have kind of taken off, and he's getting a big established name over in the ordinal side. And little do they know, this is all the introduction to Clayforce. Where did Clayforce originate in? Cardano. Yeah, no, it's a fun little way to look at that. But yes, I mean, if you want to take it that way, I think Bourbon is still very much committed to Cardano, and as far as his values with it. But if we're being real about it, his project wasn't the top project over here, and he was competing directly against Clay Nation. Like, they are the top project, and they are very similar. There's not many Clay projects, but he's directly competing against that. It's arguably one of the biggest projects on Cardano. So he went to a place where he could find his own identity, and they embraced it. And he was early in on the technology. And not only that, he's a very smart dude. So he took advantage of that, and now he's one of the top things over there. He's partnered with the Pixel Pepes to do the clay Pepes for a 1-to-1 air clean right now. So to say that he didn't take advantage of that opportunity as a businessman, big shout out to him for that. To people who are ringing him out for the Cardano community for just saying, "Hey, you left us." I mean, maybe you could make that argument. Well, let's give him a chance to see if he completely abandons it. Maybe you have a different conversation. But in my mind, there will be a time for Clayforce to do its thing still on Cardano. But unfortunately, right now the money's not there, and this overall sentiment's not there for that project.
And people should move over to ordinals. Bitcoin is the behemoth. Like, let's not be like, in our little silo of ADA or whatever. No.
So here's my thing with this is that if you are a project on Cardano, like you are not just minting on ordinals right now, if you are a Cardano project and you decide, hey, we're going to do an ordinals collection, don't just make an ordinals collection to make an ordinals collection and say, oh, we don't have any utility on this. We're just doing this to make history over there and we'll see what sticks. Because there's still, in order for a project to do well over there, you can't just mint something and then hope that because of the technology it just takes off. You still have to cultivate that community. You have to build. You have to become part of that community, and for that stuff to go up and perceive value. So don't just make a collection from a Cardano side, drop it over there, and expect your holders just to go buy it up just for it to do nothing. You do need to cultivate that on that other side. You can't just like coast just because you did an ordinals project. Over there, because you look at the majority of the Cardano projects that go over there, I think there's been a handful of sales for the most part outside of, like you said, Clayforce. Mallard had a couple sales. Boss Cat Rocket Club just did some ordinals recently. Yeah. There's a bunch of projects that are doing it. So my thought, at least, you asked me what my project over on Cardano, I guess maybe that I'm sticking strong to. Old money for it just because of the narrative. That's a fun one where I don't even care what the price is. Just personally, that's a collection item to me. But the fact that it transcends, I think if there's a project that can compete with other chains, it's because it's so different and it stands out. It's not another animal PFP. So to me, they've got a really cool community, which I've been able to take advantage of in real life. So already my value is spent there. That's my buy-in with that one. If I had to guess on a project that I really enjoy, I think I'm a big fan of Yummy Universe. We'll see how that works out down the long run. But big fan of that still. But you guys, that's a more of a personal preference. And if I had to pick like a long-term one, for me, I honestly still think that either Claydation is not a bad option if you're going the PFP route. If you look at something like the D Gods over with Utes, and they're arguably the top one outside of Board API Club right now. Maybe Azuki and stuff like that. But as far as cultivating a community, they almost remind me of like the Barstool of NFTs, the D Gods community. If you kind of look at it like that, that's kind of like a fun comparison that I can make with them because they've got a culture that they've cultivated that has got people excited. It's fun. The prices are up and they're doing well. So if I had to pick something like that, maybe from the Cardano side that I think people can kind of rally around with the partnerships and just with the publicity and the professionalism, I think Claydation is not a bad one for them. And then you could go the DeFi route with like an Age Society. You could go the historical route with Space Buds. You could go the Mallard Order for the grinders and just pushing tech and just always being ahead of the curve. You could push them out there. There's so many good projects I think that are here. You need to find what's right for you.
Yeah. Agreed. I think that's I think you're right. You got to find what's right for you. I am with you. I love the narrative that old money has. I just hate the Fed. I just grow more and more disdain for the whole system. Guys, let's start to wrap things up. And I only know one way to wrap things up, and that is in another giveaway. I want to make this a pretty good one. Here is a Pictionary generator. This is what I'm going to be using to be generating different whatever things to draw. Okay, like stream, putty, cable car. This is kind of like
AI
what you have.
Pictionary over here.
Oh yeah, we're not AI. I just got ME. No, it's part of the fun. And so let me pull my I think I unsynced here. iPad screen light. And so same old rules. I'm gonna draw a picture. You two try to pick out one. If you guys do win, you guys can pick someone in the chat to give it to. And then in the chat, if you guys win first, you can. I'm gonna try to police as fast as I can, but who knows with YouTube? I have no idea. So
let's see what we got.
Here, give me a window here. Yo, is Restream lagging for you guys?
As far what is the chat or the actual image?
The imagery. Oh shoot!
I know you're lagging a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna say you're lagging.
Oh boy, I just lagged so hard. Goodness gracious, this might not happen right now.
Are you sharing screen?
Rugged.
Yeah, I'm sharing screens right now.
Oh
no, I know I'm rugging right now. This is crazy. My whole thing is. You guys can hear me though, and I could hear you.
Yeah. This feels different. I'm usually the one on the other side of this right now.
I know. Golly, this is terrible. What am I doing here?
Oh.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a sound, and you guys are gonna. Yeah, right. Bye. You guys are gonna try to. Oh man, this is lame.
Let me guess.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Let me see if I could.
I didn't know you were drawing a picture of yourself tonight, Aaron.
Yeah, it looks a cowboy.
Oh my, yeah. my whole system just logged off. Like it's so weird that I could talk to you guys right now. I couldn't even stop the live stream if I tried to. Could you?
Did it close?
We're going on forever right now. Is it a Pictionary generator? I can share a screen over here. We can walk me through it. Can you see if I share a screen? Can you?
I don't even know if you can pull it up. It depends on if it's restreamed.
Well, can you see this?
No, my whole system's out.
Oh, okay. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, and he's gone.
All right, Tommy, we're holding it down now, man.
We are. I don't know how does this work. The host is gone.
I know.
Are you co-hosting right now?
No, he usually takes over the hosting. I mean, I have his login to log in, if anything, but I mean, it didn't give me any type of hosting privileges, so we're just kind of chilling right now.
Hey, well, this is a good way to keep running this. Maybe he'll jump back in. If not, is the stream actually still live? It is. The stream is still live over on YouTube. So, shout out everybody for still hanging out over here in chat. We got Pepe over there, dude. How about that? Did you invest in, or you see any of that Pepe? The coin going nuts right now?
No, I actually have not.
Dude, it is the new meme coin right now, and it has made people a lot of money, and it is still just going rampant right now. So
I believe it.
Yeah, so Pepe is the month of Pepe. We'll see how long it lasts, but I see a good comparison with that because a lot of people are like, you give all these NFT founders so much crap sometimes, and then nobody asks about a contract that somebody launches this meme coin, and it goes takes off. Nobody holds that under a microscope like we do. With this project. So I was curious, Aaron, I don't know if you heard about Pepe, the coin right now that's taken off.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like,
I
don't know anything about it.
I heard I just know that people are making crazy money on it. I just thought it was a fun little thing to take a look back at. But yeah, you're good. You're back. We were holding it down for a little bit.
Are you in on that, Pepe?
No, I didn't miss the boat, and I'm not going to be somebody's exit liquidity on that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm good. I just accept if I miss the bag, I miss the bag.
That's a good.
It's always funny to look back though and talk about it, just laugh about it, just all these general meme coins.
You know, one thing on the missing the boat, I'm 100% in now. I for a long time was sitting in cash. I'm 100% in now, all in on Bitcoin. That's where I'm at.
Are you?
Most of it. Most of it.
I've seen. Do you think it's going to drop back into the low 20s before it does its next rally?
It could. It could. I don't think it's going to drop down further. I don't have any stable anymore. Yeah, it could drop down low 20s. I wouldn't be surprised with that, but I don't think it'll drop down lower than that now. And here's why. I've always said three things, and those three things were Fed pivot, halving, and regulation. And we have two of those three right now. The halving is about a year away. And if you check the charts, 365 days before the halving, there's usually a low in Bitcoin, a local low. So that's the first thing. So the halving is like very, very important, a year before the halving. And people are anticipating this. So people know this. So I kind of see that, right? For me. The second thing is the Fed pivot. Before I was always saying like, guys, it's freaking when they're tightening with 75 BP or whatever, that's too dangerous. but now they're slowing down to 25 BPs. And now I think they're going to pause. So before they pivot, there's always a pause. And I think I have 2 of my 3 confirmed signs, which is why I'm in. That's going to be my next video. I'm going to drop a video, I think tomorrow or the day after. And these are the points that I'm assuming with my video. And it's just
Are you all in invested with the hope of just making a massive profit in the next run, or are you holding on to it just for the social implications of what Bitcoin will be in the next 5 years or 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I would say the
second one. Okay. Because my next question would have been to you is that if you're all in, why are you not in any alts? Because obviously some alts will have room to run a little bit, as far as the multiplier. Bitcoin, we can safe to assume, you're probably gonna, you would safe to assume you can need to probably at least like 3x your money in a safe environment. But some of these alts right now, they may have a 10x on them. So that would be my next thing is, are you diversifying at all into alts a little bit, or are you strictly alts in Bitcoin?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm probably about 80-20, maybe 85-15. 80% of my net worth in crypto is wrapped up in Bitcoin, and 20% is like wrapped up in let's see, what are my big Ethereum. I got a lot of ETH.
Any XRP?
Polygon, XRP, yes, XRP. I've got I got a decent bag. I got a couple thousand in Doge.
Doge is a good one, just because of Elon.
Yeah, because of Elon. That's right. So like I caught Doge at 12. Oh, there goes my daughter. I'm gonna have to get out soon. But I caught Doge at 12 cents, and then I bought in again at 8 cents when it crashed. So I mistimed it, but I bought in at 8 cents. So that takes me about to 10 cents is what I own on Doge.
Yeah. If Tesla's shown us anything throughout the years, I mean, that may not be a bad thing. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see for sure. Okay, guys, let me do this one giveaway, and if you guys want to check out my video, I think it's going to come out Thursday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but it'll outline my whole thesis on that. Not that it matters for you guys, but that's where I do have J Crypto. We should have 2 different bags: a moon bag, for sure,
like that, 100%,
and a trade bag. Well, I'm not sure if a moon bag constitutes as Bitcoin, but I have a Bitcoin bag as well. Like I firmly believe in the freedom aspect of Bitcoin, but I do want to make some money as well. Here is what we will be doing. Let me see, where's this generator? Dictionary. You guys want it easy or hard or what? Like what?
Hey,
you throw it out there, man.
I was gonna say your drawings always make it super hard anyway. So whatever
we're gonna go. Okay, this one's gonna be freaking hard. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay.
All right, chat. You guys ready?
We've got a pool or a lake. Already done it. Nice.
The Earth.
The Earth's a good one.
What is that? Coronavirus. North Pole.
No, not lily pad, not pond. Okay, let me just try this. Let me draw this.
Are you trying to draw like coordinates?
He said sad.
Not
Unless
globe.
You're trying to draw time zones.
Not planet.
Atlas.
Oh, time zones. You got it. Time zone. Who said that?
You said
I've done it. I've done it, and I broke my streak on this crappy game. I hate Pictionary
like you could have done like a 2-word, or like literally made like a watch and then like made like a little Earth.
Time zones is great. Good job, man. That was really good. Okay.
Really I was a little bit confused, but I need to thank the Academy because I despise this game with a passion. I love Hangman. # bring back Hangman.
Yep.
And that is my speech for the night.
Okay, let's see. What am I going to give out? I don't know. You want Eden 7?
Worth it at this point, right? I see that gopher down there. You got a nice little thief. I like that.
Yeah, I got 2 gophers here. I'm not completely sure what they do.
Is that an expert too? Or no, that's a master, it looks like.
I don't know what that is, dude. I don't know what that
is.
That's
the top tier one. Those are worth both a little decent chunk of ADA. Is that the warrior? Or is that that is a master warrior, right? Yeah. Congrats.
Yep, rank master, yeah.
Yeah, you probably got worth like 1,500 to 1,700 worth of ADA right there between the 2.
What is? Okay, You know, oh, rank master. You know what though? I believe in mining. So I want to hold these. I don't even want to.
I would definitely recommend hanging on to a couple gophers.
Yeah, I
I've got
believe in
quite a few
mining,
myself.
and I was very impressed with those guys. So yeah, I like that. How about you? I give you a wing box. Do you want that? Ethan, which one? Who am I giving this to in the chat? Not you, baby.
You got to give it to my dog, Jay Crypto Minded. I mean, he's been super active all night. I love the conversation he's been going on. So,
should give him one of the maiden knocks right there.
Let me make this note for you, baby.
I'll respect that you still got the clay, dude. I didn't know you had a boss cat. I like that.
Yo, I'm never selling this clay. There are two things I won't sell.
He kind of holds the stuff just because they got cowboy hats on.
Yeah,
they're
respectable.
I won't sell anything with a cowboy hat. I won't sell old money.
Yep. Oh, you won't sell the clay either?
Yeah, and the clay looks like my wife, so I'm not selling the clay.
It's his clay wife.
I was gonna say you should take advantage of that hungry cow you got in your wallet and go boost your farming rewards right now.
Yo, you sound like a crazy person, Tommy.
I've been earning. I just looked at. I harvested from Muesli Swap the other day for some Yummy token. I got 17,000 Yummy token because I forgot I had it. It's just farming it because I got a little boost going.
I gotta check the farms. I be farming like
DeFi summer, baby.
Yeah, I guess so. But when you say take advantage of your hunger cow, stake it in the family farm or whatever you say, it sounds crazy.
See, what you're saying, it sounds crazy, but those people who take those early risks, people who stop Bitcoin, I'll take a pizza. I don't want your Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I want that pizza. You know, if those people were crazy too, and you know, it's the conviction, man.
I know it. Hey, look, I'm in it, right? I'm with you. I'm in it. It just sounds so funny to me. Like, yo, just take your happy, hungry cow and bring it with the goofy gophers in the mine. Get your Bitcoin.
It's all ridiculous at the end of the day. Yeah. What we're doing is absolutely ridiculous. We're trading little pictures on the internet, but hey, at some point, you know, you find a passion, and there's the people behind this building some fun stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got to check my farms and stuff like that. I don't know what the heck to do with my. Is this how you go and check farms? Like, this is Yummy.
Yeah, if you go to their village DApp, right? If you go to village.yummyuniverse.com, I think it's where you can actually go and check your farms right now for them. Yeah, it's village.yummyuniverse.com.
Look at this. This is like a crazy Pokemon thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you can see your farms. So you can heart. Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just bought 4 more of the 10Ks. They did a nice little teaser announcement, or not teaser. They dropped like some of the artwork for the card, like the way that they're going to look over on their Twitter.
Okay.
It was cool looking. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So the 10Ks are a 1-to-1 whitelist right now.
Okay, good. Oh, okay. Hey, not bad. Hey, Jay Crypto Minded, be sure to hit me up on Twitter, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to Tommy's channel, Freedom 35. They give the best CNFT advice, really NFT advice that I know of, and they're trustworthy guys. I love those guys. They got me into NFTs, CNFTs, and TJ got me into crypto. So big shout out to those guys out there, and be sure to follow them on Twitter, TOMMY. Actually, every time I try to search for you on Twitter, I keep misspelling it. So I gotta
just type in Freedom and you'll catch it over there. And yeah, just thank you guys for hosting. It's always been fun to get over on the channel, and it's great to see you guys back after a few weeks. And for everybody who's over in chat right now, I guess he's plugging our channel, but guys, go down there, hit that like button if you guys have enjoyed the content tonight, and consider subscribing because Aaron's here talking NFTs every Tuesday night here with Warden. Follow their socials, and don't let the plug be the plug about the guest. Plug yourself, man.
Oh no, thank you guys for everything. I appreciate it all. Thanks for the chat, and we'll see you guys in the next stream. Take it easy, guys. It's a dangerous market out there. Take it easy. See ya.